50 years, you've worked with lots of families, and you've sort of seen it all. And I think what Ruth and I would, and I think the families from the Family Enterprise Exchange would benefit from you talking a little bit about is the families, you've seen the families who've done the work, and you've seen the families who potentially haven't done the work. And what would be really useful right now if you could explore, what does doing the work actually mean?
Oh, Wendy, that's a wonderful question. What I've learned is that there are some families for whom this is the transcending question. For them, the transcending question is there a common journey? Oh yes, we say. But we say it knowing that it's a very long journey to get to what I call the 5th generation in doing well, to know how you did with the 3rd generation problem. That's a long, long, long journey. Are we willing to make hundreds of consensual decisions? That is, sit and make joint decisions over a long period of time and consistently with many different external and internal problems to solve. Are we the learning organization? Are we really willing to find out how we learn, how each of us likes to work, who we are, personality? Are we willing to do all those things before we even start, so we know what our intellectual capital is? How are we doing as humans? Do we have dreams? Are we interested in each other's dreams? Is there something going on in our human selves that others are interested in? So the forming of the right view lies, I think, in this deep question: is my highest purpose to grow a great family? Then your intention becomes all important. Because in that development of that sense of right view for you, that family, you understand that this is unbelievably complex. Just 2 people making joint decisions is complex. Most of our viewers have done some mathematics and understand when you've got 3 people, you've got 9 probable outcomes, right? 4, I won't even do the mathematics, but the point is when you get up to 15 and 20, which is generic in our world, by the time you get to the 3rd generation, you have in almost thousands and thousands of possible outcomes. So to say that that family making joint decisions solves the problem is meaningless. It's really a question of joint decisions in a highly complex system with multiple outcomes. So now intention matters, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Say one more thing about this. It's common in the world to imagine that success lies in having a leader in front. That success lies in having someone who is highly creative and generative. Strangely, that's not my experience. My experience is that families who do very, very well and who have this transcending view that family matters and that this matters a great deal, they grow in every generation a leader from behind. They grow a great trustee with a small t, someone who stands in for all. I would say this is also a very feminine principle, as we understand it in the West. In China, it's the principle of Lao Tzu, the leader from behind. When you look deeply into leadership of human communities, who leads well? The chiefs for peace, not the chief for war. No one cares who the chief for peace war is. It's just young men doing stupid things. But everybody in that tribe cares about who's chosen as the chief for peace because the survival of the tribe depends upon it. This is not a leader from in front. This is a leader from behind. So again, if I look at where success lies, if the idea of flourishing to 5 generations is meaningful, then the core questions for me are, as I've observed hundreds and hundreds of situations, first, has that family discovered the right view in the sense of penetrating illusion and finding that that is something of great importance to them? And then does that follow with the right intention to begin to that discovery of these different capitals and what do we have to work with? How might we work? If we do this, what do we see? There one needs the leader from behind. And for those for whom that is a somewhat novel idea, there is a way of looking at it that I think makes it available to us. And that is, do we have a leader to whom it matters that all the family members' boats rise? Is that what motivates that human being? It seems to me a wonderful, simple way to ask the question, well, do we have someone who's interested? Now, that does not mean, not to go on too long on this, it does not mean that the leader from in front in the enterprise may be exactly what's needed. But that is almost never the person whose own interiority and journey of life, for him or her, is this other kind of leadership. So families who are looking at the complexity of themselves, looking at this right view question of this transcending question of family, intuit somehow that they need different kinds of people to do different kinds of things.